Just when I thought this season couldn't get any weirder, it does. Hey guys, this is Finn here. That is of course FYWN, and I hope you're all having a fantastic week so far. And yeah, more Premier League content from me. And this is one of the weirdest things. I think everyone thought that the weirdest thing would be Jose Mourinho going to Spurs, but nope, turns out it could be weirder. Apparently Ancelotti has agreed terms to move to Everton. Now that is by far one of the weirdest things. I don't have anything that blue to wear at the moment. I mean, this is kind of the most blue thing, the most Everton thing I could wear, I promise. I do have to say this is probably one of the weirdest things because Ancelotti has managed, I've got written down, Juventus, Milan, Chelsea, PSG, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Napoli, and now to add to that list, Everton. That has to be one of the weirdest things I have ever heard. I mean, it's kind of like if Seth Rogen dated someone like Megan Fox. I mean, Seth Rogen, you're good and all, you're pretty cool, but Megan Fox, really? I do have to say this is by far one of the weirdest things. This season has been pretty weird as a whole because Manchester City failing horribly compared to what we thought about them. Sheffield United doing really well in the Premier League. Leicester City rising to the occasion once again. And as I mentioned, Jose Mourinho. It's been a pretty weird season. I think Ancelotti could be the missing puzzle piece to take Everton to a top 6 position next season. I think Ancelotti is the kind of world-class manager who could take Everton to the next level. Kind of like what Rafa Benitez did to Newcastle. He really did lift them up, and while sadly Rafa Benitez isn't at Newcastle anymore, otherwise I think they could be doing even better than they currently are. I think Ancelotti is such a world-class manager, and it's so weird because he's the kind of manager who could still go to Real Madrid in my opinion. He was linked to Arsenal and he's linked to huge clubs, but he still went to Everton. I think he's a huge manager who could go literally anywhere. He is one of the best managers in the world, and just some of his accolades, he's won literally everything. Of course, I told you the clubs that he was at. I mean, Serie A, he won the Serie A. He won the FA Cup, Premier League. He's won the FIFA Club World Cup. He's won the Bundesliga. He's won Coach of the Year multiple times, and he's one of only 3 managers in history to get 3 Champions Leagues. He's got 3 Champions Leagues, and now he's at Everton. It's really weird. He's voted 8th best manager of all time in football. Now he's at Everton. That is so bizarre. But as I said, I think he could be that missing puzzle piece to bring Everton to the next level. And I'm excited to see, obviously with the transfer window, it's even crazier because what kind of players do you think he'll bring? I mean, is there any chance he could bring a Napoli player? I mean, could you imagine Koulibaly moving to Everton? I mean, it would never happen. Unless. But overall, I do think he's the kind of manager who could really bring a lot of levels or just raise the level to some of the players in the club who, you know, there is a lot of potential still behind him. Players like Richarlison, although he is so good, I think he definitely has another level, another step that he without a doubt could reach. I think Richarlison, although it's a different position, could reach like a Lacazette. Lacazette, although not the best in the world, is a world-class player, and I think that's kind of the level where Richarlison could reach on a striker point of view, because I think he's a great striker, and I think Richarlison is a greater striker than he would be left or right midfielder. That could just be my opinion, obviously. And if you don't know, I just did a transfer video where I spoke about the first 10 teams in the Premier League according to Alphabet, which included Everton in there, who I think their transfer target should be in that team. Of course, you guys can see who I think Everton should buy, link in the description down below. Other players that I think he could bring a lot of potential out of is Yerry Mina. Although a centre-back, played for Barcelona, didn't necessarily do what we thought he could there, but I think he could do the same as he does for Colombia. Of course, he's an absolute beast for Colombia. I think he could do the same for Everton, and I think Ancelotti is the kind of next step kind of manager to get it out. And as I said, he's a world-class manager, and I think lots of players will follow him. So it's interesting to see who he will bring to Everton. I think Everton's game is really going to step up. I think they're too far at the moment to get in the top 6 at the end of the season. Who knows? But I think next season, definitely Everton could really compete for that top 6 position. They are looking so strong. One of the weirdest transfers I've ever seen, because Ancelotti, as I said, one of the best managers of all time. He's 8th in the world. Only one of 3 managers to get 3 Champions Leagues. That's absolutely mental. A great manager overall. And Everton, you guys, this might have been the best thing you have ever actually done. Player-wise, manager-wise, I think this is really just taking it to the next level, and this is exactly what you guys needed. I'm glad you didn't go a step down to another manager. I'm glad you really just hit high and you succeeded. Now, of course, if you don't know, Evertonian fans, of course, I do a lot of Manchester United content because I am a fan. I do a lot of Premier League content if you are an Everton fan and this is your first time seeing me. So please do subscribe if you want to see my weekly Premier League predictions so you can see what I think of Everton as they progress, if I think they'll do bad, if they do not. And of course, I'm moving on from Manchester United stuff. I mean, I'm not moving on, I'm still doing it, but I am doing other content as well that is football related. So if you're an Everton fan, you're also a football fan. That means you like football content, right? But I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. It is a bit shorter, but I just wanted to get my say out on Ancelotti and if I think it's a good idea or not, but it definitely is a weird one. We definitely can't. Who would have thought Jose Mourinho going to Spurs isn't the weirdest thing to happen this season? Who knew? But guys, I really hope you have enjoyed this video. This has been Finn, FYWN, trying to reach 275 subscribers by the end of this year. Can you please help me by sharing, liking, and subscribing to this channel? Finn, FYWN, love every single one of you. Stay awesome. Cheers.